Good evening, I am Tingnatim Haukip and this is TC Network News Program. Today's top stories include Manipur Assembly bats for ending SOO with cookie groups, sender stays mum. Cookie Zo MLAs oppose Manipur Assembly's resolution on SOO PEG abrogation. KSO Chorochandpur inaugurates community school for displaced students amid tension in the state. News in details. The center is deliberating on the future of the suspension of Operation SOO agreement with the Kuki militant organizations, following the expiration of the PEG on February 28. The SOO, initiated in 2008 with Kuki militant groups in Manipur Hills district, has faced opposition from political parties and Meitei civil society groups. As per the East Mozo, the central government is still continuing the talks but is offering no clear indication on whether the SOO would be extended. In March 2023, the Manipur government unilaterally withdrew from the SOO PEG with two Kuki-dominated insurgent groups, accusing them of forest land encroachment. However, the central government did not endorse this move. On Thursday, the Manipur Assembly unanimously adopted a resolution urging the Central to completely abrogate the SOO PEG with all Kuki militant groups. Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly on the second day of its fifth session unanimously resolved to urge the central government to completely abrogate the SOO PEG with all the Kuki Zo militant groups. He said this decision comes in the interest of ensuring peace and security in the region. The Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, a Meitei civil society organization, urges Prime Minister Narendra Modi to exercise caution and re-evaluate any decision regarding the SOO agreement extension with Kuki groups. Ethnic violence erupted in Manipur on May 3, 2023, following a tribal solidarity march protesting the Meitei community's demand for scheduled tribe status. The violence has claimed at least 219 lives to dead. Kuki Zo seeks separate administration or separation from the Manipur government, while Meitei groups vehemently oppose such move. Meiteis constitute about 53% of Manipur's population, primarily residing in the Imphal Valley, while tribals, including Nagaos and Kukis, make up 40%, mainly residing in the hill districts. The rest belong to other communities. Efforts to quell the violence include confidence-building measures such as a judicial inquiry committee, financial aid to victims, and the deployment of additional troops. Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited the state to address the situation, but intermittent violence persisted. On November 13, 2023, the government extended the ban on 9 Meitei extremist groups for 5 years, citing anti-national activities and fatal attacks on security forces. Additionally, a peace pact was signed on November 29 with the United National Liberation Front UNLF, the oldest terror outfit in the Imphal Valley, dominated by the majority Meitei community, committing to renounce violence. In response to the Manipur Legislative Assembly's recent resolution seeking the abrogation of the tripartite agreement for suspension of operation with Kuki National Organization and United People's Front, Kuki MLAs have voiced strong dissent, citing prejudice and bias against their community. A joint statement issued by the 10 Kuki MLAs said the resolution was one-sided, emanating from prejudice, bias, and hatred for Kuki community that reflects a myopic view on the issue. The resolution passed on February 29 by the Manipur Legislative Assembly attributes responsibility to the SOO groups for the ongoing ethnic conflict in Manipur, a move vehemently opposed by the Kuki representatives. The tripartite agreement, initially signed on August 22, 2008, and periodically renewed, established clear ground rules, including the formation of a joint monitoring group, JMG, comprising of central agencies, state government agencies, and the KNO and UPF representatives to oversee adherence. However, the MLAs questioned whether the resolution adopted by the August House was based on any report or observation of the JMG, which is the only official mechanism to determine whether any violation of the ground rules have taken place or not. This obviously is not the case, as the resolution is based on an overwhelming sense of animosity and hatred for a particular community. Highlighting the agreement's role in significantly reducing violence since its inception, the MLAs argues that recent unrest cannot solely be attributed to the SOO groups, pointing to Valley-based militant fractions involving in recent violations. They assert that the resolution unfairly targets the KNO and UPF, exacerbating tensions and alienating the Kuki community. The tripartite agreement was lauded as the harbinger of peace and security in the state when it was signed in 2008, and truly so Manipur, particularly the hill districts, have witnessed a sea change in the security scenario as the level of violence came down drastically in the years that followed. The statement continued that successive governments have been taking their share of credit over improvement in the law and order situation in the state owing to signing of the tripartite agreement. The recent signing of a peace accord with an UNLF faction was initiated by the state government, and the role played by this outfit during this short period in the current violence is widely known to one and all. The August House resolution would have evinced fairness and peace. Objective if the role played by the Valley-based outfit cited above too was highlighted, as it is a clear case for seeking termination of the PEC 2. This resolution was adopted to defame the KNO and UPF and further alienate the Kuki community as part of the continuing hate campaign, it alleged. The MLAs urged the Home Ministry, Government of India, to impartially consider all aspects of the issue to prevent further discrimination and alienation of the Kuki people, emphasizing the need for a fair and just approach to address the complexities of the situation. Today at around 10:30 a.m., the much-awaited KSO Community School inaugural program was conducted at the school premise in Peace Ground, Tuibong. Pauline Lal, MLA 59 Saikot SC, adorned the program as the chief case, and Reverend Onho Haukip, KBD Nay Silvang, presided over the program. Chief case Pauline Lal Haukip inaugurated the school, after which the program starts. T. Letmilin Haukip, President KSO Chorochanpur, briefed the program attendees about the community school, its motto and why it is run. Chief Case Pauline Lal in his speech said that he earnestly thanked the KSO Chorochanpur for taking up such a big step in the field of education, making every individual assess their right to education by providing an almost free education for the downtrodden and grassroots level students. He also thanked the teachers to work with dedication, though the pay is not high. The MLA further said that the students should be given outside knowledge apart from the bookies knowledge. Faithfulness should be the armor of the teacher, and it should be followed with dedication, he added. The students are also requested to not study for exam, but for the sake of gaining knowledge and wisdom. Apart from studies, curriculum activities should be conducted for the students, and also to pass on the firming and cultivating knowledge that had been passed on to us by our forefathers. The students should be provided the adequate knowledge about everything, and bookish knowledge only should not be our focus or educational principles. The students should also be taught the medicinal properties and values of herbs and plants used as traditional medication by our forefathers before the use of modern or chemical drugs and medications, said Pauline Lal. K. Haupu Gangte, General Secretary Kim, in his speech said that we are deprived of our educational rights by the state government due to the ongoing conflicts. However, we cannot accept defeat in the educational sector since the outcome is very grave and regrettable. So we should by all means provide education for all the citizens, since in this modern society, education is the armor of every citizen. To reinstate our tribe, education should be the topmost priority, and that the KSO deserve all appreciation and credit for the wise action of setting up this community school. Uniform had become one major concern for the schools in Lanka, and many students cannot afford the numerous school uniforms made compulsory by the schools, which need a solution and consideration. In the midst of such situation, the KSO school had saved many students who cannot afford education in the district he aided. Lau Khau Chong Loi, Secretary KIC, in his speech said that he, in the highest manner, congratulated the KSO on behalf of the KIC for their school inauguration. We are lucky to be able to continue our education despite the war, unlike Myanmar, he said. Thong Lun Thang Simte, on behalf of ZSF General Headquarters, also thanked the KSO for their marvelous and honorable work in the field of education. The school will prosper in the future. We should cheer up and be ready for the blessing we will receive in the future, he added. He also presented a school bell. Kham Swan Pao, President ZSP General Headquarters, also said that the ZSP will extend helping hands for the prosperity of the KSO community school in all ways possible. HAS Joint Headquarters, Tuitapai. President Lal Piang Thang also congratulated the KSO and presented them with a wall clock for the school. KKL General Headquarters President Kam Thang Ho Kip also said that the KKL expressed their immense joy over the harmonious and honorable work of the KSO. In these great times of suffering, the KSO idea of running school for the downtrodden section of the society is not an easy task, and said that the KSO deserves great appreciation. We don't know what our future holds, but neglecting education will make us regret whatever the consequences of the present conflict will be, he added. CDPSA President Pauzamon Hanghal also congratulated the KSO on behalf of the CDPSA members. Our greatest battle within ourselves is education, and the KSO Community School is one such motive to overcome our war of education. CDPSA will always be ready to extend helping hands and give support to the KSO in all matters in regards to the well-running and maintenance of the community school, he added. Thin Kusay Hauki, Vice President Sisipur, and Headmaster in charge KSO Community School delivered a vote of thanks to the program and ended with a blessing prayer from Reverend On Ho Hauki. Mention may be made that 12 teachers are employed as of now, and the school runs from class preparatory to class 6, 250 students, 6 admission as of now. Reporting from KSO Community School situated at Tuibong Peace Ground, I am Tingney Tim Haukip, a reporter from TC Network. The much-awaited KSO Community School has been inaugurated today. And as we can see, so many parents and even many distinguished guests come and attend the program. And like as we all know, this community school is run mostly for the IDP students who are lacking behind in education due to the current conflict of the state. The KSO has set up this community school mainly focusing for the IDP student who has been displaced due to the war, and to ensure that each and every citizens of the community get education. For that purpose, the KSO has been setting up this community school. This is a non-profit school run by the KSO, and this is one of their works for their people or for the society. Now let's have a short talk with the headmaster of KSO Community School, Mr. Thin Khulal Haukip. I'm here with Mr. Thin Khusay Haukip, headmaster of KSO Community School, and today I would like to ask him a few questions. And sir, my first question to you is, what are the aim and objective of the KSO Community School?
Mainly, it's because of this violence. You know, many people from different parts of the state came here and settled in the district, and they were not able to get the admission in private institution. Because of that, the KSO coming up with the idea of zero dropout. Because of the violence, nobody should stop education. I mean, and every child and every student must get education. So because of that, we are coming with this idea, and our motto is to give education despite of this violence, and mainly for the displaced students.
Thank you. And my next question will be, can you brief us about the administration of the school?
Administration, I'm also the vice president of KSO, and KSO give me the in charge of headmaster. So right now we have 13 teachers, including one peon, and we have like around 250 students enrolled so far, and the class would be like 8 nursery to class 6, and teachers like students we give textbook and uniform with free, and there will be a tuition fee of 200 per month. So yeah, that's all I can briefly say it.
Okay, I would like to ask you one more question, and that is, how long do you plan on running the school?
See, the plan is there was no pre-plan, and there is also no plan for the future, like 10, 20 years or so. But let's see, if God's willing, we can, change this institution into residential school also. And we are planning, and right now we are doing because of this violence. But I could not say right now that how many years we are going to run the school. I can't say that.
Thank you for your time, sir. Long live KSO. Fifth session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly underway at State Assembly Hall, Chingmairong today. During question hour of the sitting, K. Ranjit Singh, Himalaya Suknu Assembly constituency, raised certain questions pertaining to the death and injury of state security force and other civilians in the ongoing ethnic violence. Whether or not people involved in the killing of security personnel had been nabbed, or how far has the investigation reached. In his question, K. Ranjit Singh asked whether those dead in the ongoing ethnic violence were due to firing or bombing. He also asked the state government's stance at the matter. In response to MLA K. Ranjit Singh's questions, the Chief Minister, who is also in charge of Home, said that the state government is extending help to deceased and injured persons according to the intensity of their injury. On the other hand, ex gratia and government services according to their qualification are given to their next kin in the family. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh presents in the Assembly the budget of 2024-25 with an expenditure proposal of Rs 34,040 crore.
Sensitive way have okay gogi the honorable member na hangi the question kan to buse siki bising adu kana no kam do nam su kadai da sidai da ngasai gi yamna lakpani na adu gi maming matha tak thok pa khok tok pa to buse kitang madu gi confidential maintain to budu gi ni adu ga hojiki central gi ohum du su no mai kapak pa da sigi bani aduga moigi sigi bisingi leigidra bisingi ekoi chapchaba sarkar gi tawbum thokpa imung manung da mateng pangba aduga moigi imung manung le hori bisingda sarkar gi chana ba thabengang happa adagi asokpa singda koigi comment gi oiba leiriba asokpa singi mateng pangna bagi rate pesa adu tawrukan koi loina yamna humanly maramdi koi state sigi da makta nation sigi da makta ngak na ba praja ngak na ba aduga nation sigi integrity state sigi integrity ngak na ba ta kawai thakiba ngak tani na koi yamna wang na moi bo koi respect tawi aduga moi gi tawbom thokpa pot koi makalam tagi pandana koi mateng pangna bhonai hoi thabai inghang gi kari gi da khara process sang bada pot pada thengna ba matam sang badi laigani aduga moi gi pibam thokpa asokpa gi laigi da bagi kari gi tawbom thokku de koi.
In regards to the public notice issued by the Southwest Cedar Hills Cookie NP, SWSHKI, earlier, a crucial meeting was held today at KKL Complex, IB Road, Cookie Khanglai Lompi, KKL General Headquarters, where around 225 internally displaced persons, mainly from Kangpopi District, who are under the jurisdiction of Southwest Cedar Hills Cookie NP, were present. Earlier, the SWSHKI had issued a notice to the internally displaced persons of the region who left their villages and homes due to ethnic violence in the state and settling in various relief camps in Lamka to return to their homes and villages within March 15, 2024. During the meeting, various internally displaced persons expressed their gratitude and grievance, hardship they are facing from time to time. After an hour of deliberation, the meeting resolved to send back all the male refugees who took shelter in Lamka due to ethnic violence to their own respective villages and homes in Kangpokpi district. In case of people having medical illness and other similar condition, they are advised to inform to the KKL General Headquarters within March 15, 2024. The KKL will give their names to the officials of Southwest Sadar Hills Kuki INP, and the same will do the needful. Today at around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, the 8th Assam Regiment Pensioners Association Headhunter Society celebrated their 46th Rising Day cum executive meeting at the residence of S. Thangminlun at Jayonveng, Tuibung. This Rising Day is celebrated every year. Paukugin Kuki, chairman of 8 ARPA, was the master of the ceremony. The meeting agenda was read out, followed by an invocation prayer from HK Lunga, advisor. The office bearers henceforth are Chairman Paukugin Kuki, Secretary Thangminlun Gangte, Finance Secretary LR Tangte, Treasurer Hen Holun, and Advisor Lieutenant HK Lunga. During the meeting, the members discussed about various propagandas to be executed in the future and their membership. The chairman further requests the pensioners who still have not registered to give their membership in the 8th Assam Regiment Pensioner Association. The program ended with a vote of thanks from the chairman.
Som lile group ve channa akiman thejin masan pathin thangwa now and pin he chubana tuni ni huwa member somale git lang ke kho mai hichibana hin member hello lai ho long tampi amin hicho hin tuni a hi igel kho ba koi tabang tuni ni huwa hong jaw the ho jong tu pana hi registration fee hi ikibol ba 8 Assam tingai lutna Headhunter group ta society ki phunhi a hello la han tu na pe head to ki nawa tha bia hingja so ke divin mi piu se kan ti mu.
The President of the Mizo National Front MNF Party and former Chief Minister of Mizoram, Zoramthanga, expressed his opposition to the recent decision made about the Citizenship Amendment Act CAA and the Free Movement Regime FMR between India and Myanmar while talking exclusively with India Today notice. Asserting the stance of his government, the former Chief Minister made it clear that there is no ambiguity in their position. Speaking on the implementation of CAA, Zoramthanga said that his party stands firm opposing it. We issued a very clear statement regarding both border fencing and the free movement regime. We firmly oppose the ruling of the central government. Our stance is unequivocal, stated the former chief minister. Emphasizing the consistent policy of the MNF party, he said, "We convey our opposition to the border fencing and the abolishment of the FMR. We advocate for the continuation of the FMR. This has been the consistent policy of our party." Moreover, Zoramthanga highlighted the party's stance on the Nagaland issue, affirming, "Our position on Nagaland remains unchanged. We are against both the border fencing and the abolition of the FMR." In a resolute tone, he said, "Let the FMR purges along with the border fencing. There is no need for change." This summarizes our stance. The former chief minister also voiced his opposition to the implementation of the Citizenship Amendment Act CAA. The Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 CAA was passed by the Parliament of India on 11 December 2019. It amended the Citizenship Act 1955 by providing an accelerated pathway to India's citizenship for persecuted religious minorities from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan who are Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis or Christians and arrive in India before the end of December 2014. The law does not grant such eligibility to Muslims from these countries. 4 people were injured in an explosion at a cafe in Bengaluru's Kundalahalli today, the police said. The police are trying to find out what caused the explosion at the Rameswaram Cafe, a popular restaurant in the neighborhood. A team of the Anti-Terror National Investigation Agency (NIA) has reached the cafe. 3 of the injured people are employees of the cafe, while the fourth is a customer, the police said. The police have not ruled out any angle, sources said. A bomb squad and a forensics team are at the cafe. As per NDTV, there was no fire after the explosion, sources say, adding it doesn't look like a cooking gas cylinder explosion. BJP's Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya, in a post on X, formerly Twitter, has said he spoke to the cafe owner about what could have caused the explosion that left 4 people injured. Just spoke to Rameswaram Cafe founder Sri Nagaras about the blast in his restaurant. He informed me that the blast occurred because of a bag that was left by a customer and not any cylinder explosion. One of their employees is injured. It seems to be a clear case of bomb blast. Bengaluru demands clear answer from Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Mr. Surya said. In a tragic incident on Thursday, Israel forces in the strife-ridden Gaza Strip opened fire on a crowd of Palestinians gathered at an aid distribution point, resulting in the loss of at least 104 lives and leading over 700 individuals wounded, as reported by Palestinian health officials. Confirming the use of force, Israel sources asserted that the troops engaged the crowd, perceiving them as a potential threat during the pre-dawn episode in Gaza City, located in the northern part of the besieged region. The Palestinian Health Ministry in Gaza condemned the incident, labeling it a massacre, with a reported death toll of at least 104 and 760 individuals sustaining injuries. According to the eyewitness accounts, the violence unfolded when a multitude of people, desperate for food assistance, rushed towards 8 trucks at the Nablus roundabout in the western part of the city. As the situation escalated, the soldiers reportedly fired at the crowd, claiming it was in response to people approaching the tanks too closely. Initially, the Israeli army stated that during the entry of humanitarian aid trucks into the northern Gaza Strip, Gazan residents surrounded the trucks and looted the supplies being delivered. It acknowledged that during the incident, numerous Gazans suffered injuries due to pushing and trampling, and the incident is under review. A later statement from an Israeli source, speaking on the condition of anonymity, contended that the crowd approached the force in a manner that posed a threat to the troops, who responded to the threat with live fires. As casualties and wounded individuals were transported to Gaza's limited functioning hospitals, health officials noted a continuous rise in the death toll. The Gaza Strip, grappling with an increased dire humanitarian situation almost 5 months into the conflict initiated by Hamas' unprecedented attack on southern Israel on October 7, faces severe challenges in providing aid due to destruction, ongoing fighting, and looting. In an alarming development, the UN estimates that the majority of Gaza's 2.4 million population is under threat of famine, particularly in the northern regions where the difficulties in aid delivery are exacerbated. During February, just over 2,308 trucks entered the Gaza Strip, marking a significant decrease of around 50% compared to January, according to the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees (UNRWA). Thursday, tragic incident prompted a heated exchange at the Human Rights Council in Geneva, where Palestinian Ambassador Ibrahim Mohammed Krassi confronted his Israel counterpart regarding the reported casualties, raising questions about whether the victims were considered human SEALs or Hamas combatants. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.